Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for December 14th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed down during this first session of the week. However, it did form an inside bar, so definitely look for a breakout. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 89.80, possibly as low as 87.72. Look for some resistance around 89.35 and look for some support around 88.15. Okay, now switching to the Euro-USD pair. This particular pair formed an inside bar during this last session also. So here again, look for a breakout. This pair is moving sideways with a heavy bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 147.53. Possibly as low as 145.30. Look for some resistance around 14700 and look for some support around 145.85. Okay, now switching over to the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed up. It is moving sideways overall. We are looking for this pair to possibly move as high as 164.14, possibly as low as 160.94. Look for some resistance around 163.75 and look for some support around 161.65. Okay, now looking at the US Swiss, this pair closed down, did form an inside bar. Look for a potential breakout. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with a heavy bias to the upside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 1.0414, possibly as low as 10241. Look for some resistance around the 10370 mark and look for some support around 10285. Okay, as far as news announcements go, the Eurozone has the German ZEW survey for December being released tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that things have moved from 51.8 to 50, which could be negative news for the euro. We are looking at the U.S. releasing their PPI expenditures for food and energy for November at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that things have moved from 0.7% to 0.9%. And last but not least, we have the Australian dollar releasing their gross domestic product at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the third quarter. It appears that it has dropped from 0.6 to 0.4%. Now, none of those news announcements are really too significant. The gross domestic product for the Australian dollars is the strongest out of those, but nonetheless worth noting. Now, we are going to look at something here that I've found. If you look at the euro pound, go to the one week time frame. I'm sorry, it's the Euro Swiss, and go to the 1 week time frame. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. If you notice, this particular pair is moving sideways at a very strong rate, consolidating down. Interestingly enough, if you drop a horizontal line at the low of this week, you have several other weeks. And remember, we're on the week time frame, so you have this week, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we have basically 5 weeks of support in the same area. The difference in pips is less than 10 pips where the low of these 5 weeks occurred. So we have a very strong support at this point. And the fact that it's consolidating down, if we get a breakout to the downside, I do anticipate it moving and moving a pretty good distance. I believe you can track it down to about this point and basically pull in about 300 pips. I know that's a little beyond 300 pips, but what I'm looking for is 300 pips on this one, on this move. And the interesting thing about it, if we pull in a little bit, let me zoom in a little bit. If you were to, if you're going to take this particular trade, we have a pivot reversal right here that the past couple of weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, so about the past 7 weeks, 2 before it and 4 after it have been below. I would definitely use that as your stop loss, your risk to reward on that risking about 150 to make around 300. Pretty good on this, and I do believe we will get a breakout of this pair. Now, whether it be to the upside or the downside, not positive on that. Won't know until it does it, but this is a great setup. The fact that it's touched pretty much the same support area 5 times in the different weeks as it's moved sideways is a very good indication that we have strong support at that level. And if it is broken, when it is broken, it's gonna jump down, move really quick as it did during these other weeks that you can see. We have really long and wide, or really wide ranges for those weeks. So we should be able to zip through that area pretty quick when it does break. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.